Today, President Trump said the release of a full Mueller report, quote, wouldn't bother me at all. But he says that decision is up to the Justice Department. The report was given to the U.S. Attorney General late Friday afternoon. And H.E. Barr says the report found no evidence that Trump or his associates conspired with Russia. However, the Mueller report did not make a determination on whether the president obstructed justice. Here to talk more about this is Texas GOP Chairman James Dickey and Abhi Rahman, Communications Director for the Texas Democratic Party. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you very much.
So Robert Mueller concluded the Trump campaign did not collude with the Russians to win the 2016 election. James, you released a statement yesterday about that report saying, quote, the Department of Justice confirmed what many of us have known since this farce of an investigation started in 2016. There was no collusion with Russia and the Trump campaign in the 2016 election, and the president did not obstruct the investigation. James, do you think this is a victory for the president, despite the fact that a determination was not made by Mueller when it comes to obstruction of justice?
Absolutely. This is a complete and total vindication. With dozens of attorneys working for years and spending millions of dollars, there is nothing that came out to tie the president or his campaign in 2016 to any collusion with Russian agents or Russian efforts to influence the election. And there have been foreign forces trying to influence our elections for decades. That's a fact. But it's the Democrats trying to weaponize government, just the way they weaponize the IRS. They weaponize the FBI and turn the FBI against a sitting U.S. president, and now have been shown to be completely off base. This investigation never should have been triggered. There was never enough evidence have an investigation at all, but I'm glad it's finally over, and I'm glad it has shown that there was no collusion.
Abhi, what is your take? Do you see this as a victory for the president?
Look, there's no way you can call this a victory for the president. We just went through the most thorough investigation since Watergate. All right, calling that a victory for the president is absolutely absurd, and the whole premise that Democrats are the ones who do wonky investigations is also absurd when you think about Benghazi, when you think about the millions of taxpayer dollars that was spent on investigations from Republicans the last 8 years. All right, you look at what happened with the report. The Barr report even said that the president was not exonerated from wrongdoing here. And when you look at the facts here, number one, 5 different Trump staffers have either been in jail or are going to jail because of their involvement with Russia. And number two, basically, there is no doubt at all that Russia interfered in our elections on behalf of President Trump. Whether or not he knew about it, that's the question. But it is consensus in the intelligence community that Russia interfered with our elections.
James, should the full report be released to the public?
I think it would be great, but you know what would be more important is the basis for even calling for the investigation. The FBI lied to the FISA court to even get warrants against Carter Page. And the whole thing that started this was that warrant on Carter Page. And here we are years later after millions of dollars spent, and there's not even a single accusation against Carter Page. So which is it? Did they lie to the FISA court, or are they so incompetent that after 3 years they can't even bring an indictment? I think it's actually the former, and I think the average voter will know that's the case.
We are running out of time. Abhi, your final thought on this?
My final thoughts are this. This is not an issue that Democrats have been running on. You look at what Kamala Harris has been talking about. You look at what Beto O'Rourke has been talking about. The way that we won in 2018 was running on the economy, running on health care, and running on creating jobs for the American people. All right, this is an issue that the media cares more about than anybody else, but at the same token, we need to have the Mueller report released to the public for full transparency, and so people are confident in the findings of it. You can't just take a memo from a guy who was appointed by Donald Trump. You need to release the entire report for the American people.
Okay. Abhi, James, thank you both for sharing your perspectives with us tonight.
Thank you.